Javisha.
Get started. Go ahead.
Okay, ready to go?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Martha Garcia. I am a TRIO peer tutor, and I will be presenting today the MLA format workshop. The first thing that you need to do is go to your Word app in your computer, open a blank document, and we are going to learn how to set up the MLA formatting in Word. The objectives for this presentation are MLA page setup, page break, works cited page setup, and a couple of in-text citation examples. To get started, like I said, open the Word application and click on a blank Word document. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to work on the setting of the letter font. On the Home tab, you're going to select Times New Roman from the list and change the font size to 12. You can also use Arial or Georgia. Usually I stick with Times New Roman. It's easy to read. The teachers or the professors, they do prefer Times New Roman for your papers. The second thing we're going to work on is going to be the paragraph settings. As you can see, you can go on the Home tab and click the arrow that expands the paragraph settings. You're going to see that big box in the middle of your screen. You're going to go under spacing. You're going to see that big red arrow, and you are going to choose double. Under the line spacing, you're going to have a drop box, and you're going to hit double. Okay. You want to make sure to also look at the spacing before and after and make sure they are set to 0 points. After this, you're going to click OK. And one thing to remember is do not single space any part of your document. For number 3, we're going to be setting the layout tab. For the layout tab, you're going to hit on the top where it says layout, and you're going to have this drop box that is going to come down. You are going to click on margins, and you're going to select normal settings. That will be 1 inch on all sides of your paper. For number 4, we're going to be setting up the page number. Okay. For this, you're going to click on the insert tab, which is on the top, and you are going to drop the header and footer group. Okay, you're going to click on that. And then you're going to click on the page number. Okay, after you hit the page number, you're going to choose top of page. Okay, and you are going to choose plain number 3. Okay, so insert tab, header, footer. Okay, page number, as you can see right here, and you're going to choose top page and choose plain number 3. After this, you're going to type your last name next to the header and hit the spare bar once. Okay, so wherever the page number, you're going to have page number 1. You're going to go ahead and type your name. So I type Garcia, and we're going to space it 1 time. Okay, then you need to change the font to Times New Roman. Okay, the font must match the entire paper. So you're going to highlight the entire text, click the Home tab, and change the font to Times New Roman size 12. Your last name and page number will appear on every single page of your work. Then you're going to double click below after the dotted line here. This is called the header, to begin typing your paper. So now we're going to start typing your paper. Type the following on each separate line. First, you're going to type your name, instructor's name. Okay, if it's a professor or a doctor, give them credit for their credentials. Also, you need to put the course number and section. Make sure you include the section. And the date is day, month, and year. Okay, do not abbreviate anything. Just simple day, month, and year. No commas in between. Okay. To begin your paper, you're going to hit enter. The enter key is going to move down to a new line. Okay, we're going to center your title. So you're going to click the center icon in the paragraph section. Okay, then you're going to type the title of your paper. for this workshop, I typed MLA format workshop. Okay, make sure you do not bold, you do not italicize or underline the title. Okay. For your first paragraph, you're going to hit the enter key to move down to a new line. Okay, you're going to click on the left icon in the paragraph section. You're going to hit the tab key to indent and start typing. Okay, make sure you indent every time. Remember to hit the tab key each time you begin a new paragraph. Make sure you place the cursor at the end of your document. So after you finish typing your whole entire document, you're going to place the cursor at the end of your document, okay? And the reason for this is we're going to do a page break. We're going to insert a page break for your paper so we can start your works cited page, okay? So you're going to, on the insert tab, you're going to click on page break and it would automatically do it for you, okay? So this is a brand new page. So for your works cited page, we're going to click on the align center icon, okay? So that the text is centered. We're going to type works cited. You do not underline, boldface, or italicize, or use quotation marks. Okay, just plain and simple works cited. Press the enter key once to start a new line. Okay, click on the align left icon so that the text is aligned left, as you can see here. Now we're going to do a hang it indent for your sources. Okay, the way to do this is you click on the home bar, click on paragraphs. Okay, you're going to see this box, the same box that we saw before, but now we're going to be looking at the indentation, which is right here in the middle. So under special, you're going to choose hanging indent. Okay, and you're going to enter the value 0.5 or half an inch, okay, on the by column. And then you're going to click OK. And you can begin entering your sources information. Right now, we're going to show you how to use your citation builder. Okay, so make sure you have all your sources, all your information, so you can just plug the information in. And it's so much easier when you have all your sources together. You plug them in all at once. So when it's time for you to do your works cited page, this citation builder will literally put them in alphabetical order for you, so you don't have to worry about doing that step. And I'm going to show you how. So we're going to the references on the main toolbar, okay, which is up here. We're going to click on the arrow drop box where it says style, okay, right here. We're going to hit MLA. We're going to click on the insert citation button right here. And we're going to click add a new source. Okay, this is how you're going to add every single source. This is the same steps for every source. To create the source, you're going to select the type or source in the Dropbox. Okay, this Dropbox has books, journal, articles, proceedings, movies, anything like that. You can find in the Dropbox. So you can pick whatever source you're going to be using, okay? And you're going to fill in all the information that you have available. Includes the author, the title, the year, city, and the publisher. Those are the basics. For the purpose of this workshop, I filled the information in. As you can see, for the type of source, I put book. The author, I put Garcia. For the title, I put MLA format, the year, 2024, the city, Smithfield, the publisher, JCC, and the medium, PowerPoint, okay? I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the difference between an author, a publisher, and an editor, okay? The author is a person who writes books, articles, or other written work. The publisher is a person or a company that publishes books, newspapers, or magazines. And the editor's job is to plan and coordinate and revise materials for publications in books, newspapers, or periodicals, or on websites. Okay, this is very important. The date the source was published, that's the date that it was released to the public. Okay, and the copyright year, this is a year when a work was written or created. Okay, this is just so you can tell the difference when it's time for you to fill in the information for your sources. And then after you put in all the information, you're going to click OK, and we're going to see this page. We're going to click on bibliography. We're still under the reference tab. We're still right here by the citation. So we're going to go to bibliography. Once you click that, you're going to have choices. You're going to have bibliography, reference, and works cited. So for this case, MLA, we're going to pick the works cited. And automatically, it is displayed in your Word document. Okay, so to get rid of the blue works cited, all you have to do is backspace. Simple as that. And if you have multiple sources already in the generator, it will put them in alphabetical order, and it will just set them up for you, so you don't have to worry about how to set them up. You don't have to worry about the indent. You don't have to worry about being in alphabetical order. Okay, if the sources have no author, sometimes it's very hard to find the author. You can use the title for its place. Okay. We're going to talk about in-text citations. Okay. If you need an in-text citation, the generator will do it for you. Okay. So we're going to click under insert citation, and you are going to see a list of all your sources. For this workshop, I only have one, which is Garcia. But if you have 3, 5, 7, you would pick from the list, and it would automatically put the insight citation for you for your document. So that's one less thing for you to worry about. For the in-text citations, I have some examples, okay? In-text citations occur after the quote, but before the period. So the author's last name goes before the page number with no commas in between. This is the first example. Opportunities in the city. Okay, you have the parentheses, you have the last name, and you have the page number. Okay. Second example is if you cite the same source multiple times in a row, you do not have to repeat the author's last name. You can only use the page number. This is example number 2, parentheses with the page number 125, and the period comes after the parentheses. If you delete words from the original quotation, or you decide to insert any extra information, okay, you will use what is called a ellipsis, okay, which are 3 periods with a space between and after each one. For example, roses are ellipsis in the middle in the garden, okay? And make sure you space in between each one. Titles of published works, including books, journals, films, etc., are now italicized. You do not have to underline these anymore. If the source has 3 or more authors, you use the first author's last name followed by et al. And here's the example. Roses are red, and then right here you have Garcia, the last name, et al., followed by 345, which is the page number, okay? If you want to quote someone or something in your work, and you notice the source material contains a spelling error, grammatical error, you use SIC, S-I-C, to denote the error by placing it right after the mistake. So here's the example, education, the school, and then you would use the square brackets, SIC, okay, period, and then the quotation marks. These are just a few examples to help you guys in case you guys are writing a paper and you guys can't remember, ooh, how do I incite? Okay, now we are going to see if you can remember how to insert a page break. Who can tell me how to insert a page break? Do you remember? Why do we use a page break?
page break to create our works cited.
That's right. Yeah, we use page break to create the works cited. So it gives you an extra page,
Yeah.
right?
What are the layouts? You will take the post button.
Uh-huh.
Take what are the layouts?
Yes. Uh-huh. And then you click on page break.
Page break.
That is right. Simple. Okay, how about the hanging indent? Who remembers how to insert the hanging indent?
The index, you go under the paragraph.
Under paragraph.
And then you click on where I say I think it was special.
Uh-huh, it's special.
And then you will see hanging indents there.
Hanging indent, okay.
And then the die, you have to be 0.5.
0.5, okay.
And that's it. You have to make sure all the other ones we are correct, like when you are making paper.
That is correct. Yes, very good. So the third question is, how do you insert an in-text citation?
In-text citation.
Mm-hmm. The generator will do it for you.
Until you go in, it puts in your inside it. You go to the generator, which you tend to fill out the first page you click, and then you will see where I say the in-text citation. And then when you click on it, all the information will come down.
That's right.
And then you have to, if it's a book, journal, whatever, you have to plot in all the information, the author's name, the year, and everything, and then the generator will do it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the in-text citation, yes. Yes, you go under the paragraph and then you put insert citation, and then you are going to have all your sources listed and you pick which one you want. Okay. And for the next question, you kind of answered it for me. It was, where do you plug in your source information to build your citation? You just answered that for me. How do you set up your page numbers?
You click on go to insert.
That's right.
Click on drop that button.
The page numbers, okay. Okay. Okay, I can take you back to the slide real quick. Let's see if it lets me. Well, it won't let me go back, but okay, yes. Make sure you set your page number. Remember, you are going to put your last name and you're going to space it and you're going to highlight it and make sure you change the font to whatever font you're using for the rest of your document. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, any